Now at 5:30, a puppy proposal. One county wants to ban pet store puppies. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Tracy Hutchins. Well, we're talking about Cobb County, and leaders there are considering stopping the sale of dogs and cats at those local pet stores. Molly McCullum is live in Kennesaw with more on this story. Molly?
Sean, Tracy, we're talking about a county-wide ban here, and this is all in an effort to help slam the doors on inhumane and cruel puppy mills.
Sad. See, we've been coming since she was about 2, I would say, and she's
Shelly
5.
Weeks and her daughter visit the Kennesaw Petland twice a month. She said she understands the proposal, but they would miss visiting with the puppies.
It would make us sad. I mean, I guess if it's better for the animals, but I mean, we would be kind of sad.
The ban was proposed over concerns of puppy mills that prioritize profits over a pet's well-being. County spokesman Ross Cavett told me he believes the Kennesaw Petland would be the only store affected by the proposed ban.
I might have to ask you guys to step outside.
Sure. We went to Kennesaw Petland today, but were asked to leave. I reached out to Petland, and here's what their representative, James Bally, had to say. Over the past 2 decades, Petland has worked with the Georgia Department of Agriculture and our local partners to ensure Petland not only meets but exceeds the standards of care and rules required by Georgia law. The Kennesaw Petland has been under fire in past years, including lawsuits for allegedly selling sick animals. Last year, the cities of Atlanta and Canton both passed nearly identical ordinances. However, those were preemptive measures because there were no pet stores that sold cats and dogs. If the ban is approved, pet stores will have 90 days to stop selling dogs or cats, or they will be subject to a $1,000 fine for each animal sold. And just to be clear, the ban does not include shelters or rescue groups that do adoptions within local pet stores. Supporters actually say that this ban would benefit shelters. I reached out to the Cobb County commissioners and did not hear back, but they actually have a public hearing that's next Tuesday, January 28th at 7 p.m. In Cobb County, Molly McCullum, CBS 46 News.
So, looking back, since winter began at the end of December, it has been extremely mild. Not only here in Georgia, but across pretty much the entire United States, winter has been a very mild one. We've had 30 days above average since winter began, only 3 below average, and all 3 of those occurred in the last 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and today. We only hit 49 degrees today, but look, we're already thawing out from that extreme cold. Temps up 10 degrees from yesterday at this time, and that will carry into the overnight. Even though it will be chilly, it will not be frigid. Morning lows will be in the low to mid 30s. Not the low to mid 20s. Tomorrow, you're going to need the winter coat through the day. We're only going to reach the mid to upper 40s. And also, we got a shot at some rain, especially across the western half of the state. But the real rain moves in tomorrow night into Friday. Friday going to be a washout through the first half of the day. The good news is that rain will not carry into your weekend. Let's update you on what's happening on the roadways now with Barmel.
Yeah, let's take a look. We're seeing some jam-packed roadways. Check it out right here on our pinpoint traffic cam on 285, just at Chamblee-Tucker Road. You can see back-to-back bumper-to-bumper delays. Now, I was working for you trying to get a better idea of exactly why it looks like that. According to GDOT, they say there's a road failure just up the way, and it's a pothole. I want to show you exactly on the map exactly what I'm saying or talking about, and this is happening on the east perimeter wall, folks. Right here from Spaghetti Junction down towards I-20 and a pothole on 285 going eastbound near Chamblee-Tucker into Cobb County. The right 2 lanes affected, and we're seeing major delays happening from Spaghetti Junction to I-20. All that red indicates speeds in the teens. You're not really going to see some relief until you hit Redan Road or either pass I-20. Overall, folks, the east perimeter wall as well as the connector and west wall are seeing some super slow speeds. This is what it looks like for your trip time. Going south from the Cobb Cloverleaf to I-20, 37 minutes, and from Spaghetti Junction to I-20, 43. That's a look at your traffic.
Marvell, thank you. Atlanta broke ground today on a critical connection for the Beltline. The first segment of the South Side Trail will link the popular East Side Trail to growing numbers of users on the west side at Metropolitan Parkway.
CBS 46 special assignment reporter Sally Sears watched the dirt fly as the groundbreaking took underway today. Sally, give us the latest.
Tracy, Sean, it is fun here. This is the East Side Trail, normally jammed, but of course at this instant, and perhaps because of the weather, it's a little sparse behind me. But everybody who uses this trail thinks it could use more space. So the cry, spread out the belt line, got a good answer this morning.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, this is fantastic, and I think what's even more exciting, there have been so many questions about whether or not the Beltline is for everyone.
Yes.
Meaning with many of our communities that have faced many challenges, would they be included? And we see it happening.
This is historic because what we are feeling right now, we're actually in construction for 3 Beltline segments across the city right now. So we've never done anything like that in Beltline history.
The push to build more of this trail comes from constant pressure from neighbors across the city to build it more and build it faster. The segment they opened today, they broke ground on today, will cost maybe $14 to $16 million. It's going to replace that old railroad bed of gravel with a slab of concrete 14 feet wide, 3/4 of a mile long. It'll go from the hip Lee and White section near Murphy Crossing to the Pittsburgh Yards and give everybody more trail for hikers and bikers and that golden-eyed dog out there ready to romp. And the money for the Beltline, of course, just a reminder, it's coming from all of us. Sales tax that Atlanta dollars approved, property tax dollars that officials are deferring collecting, and a lot of charitable contributions from some of Atlanta's biggest businesses. Coca-Cola, Home Depot, Delta, thank you very much. At 6, I'll let you see some of the reasons why people think jobs are behind a lot of the Beltline's expansion. On the East Side Beltline, Sally Sears, CBS 46 News.
I'm Carolyn Ryan at the Live Desk. R&B singer R. Kelly was a no-show in a Chicago courtroom today. His attorney telling the judge that Kelly was unable to attend the status hearing because of a recent medical procedure. Now, at today's hearing, the judge asked prosecutors to select a case from the 4 Cook County indictments they wanted to take to trial first. Now, in total, Kelly was indicted on 10 counts of criminal sexual abuse in which he is accused of abusing 4 different victims.
All of these people have come forward in a lot of different venues, and we'll look at their statements for inconsistencies with what they said in the past. There's a reason why they didn't bring this case many years ago, and there's problems with the case. There's good things and there's bad things, and we'll litigate the case in front of a jury. Hopefully the jury will find Mr. Kelly not guilty because he isn't guilty.
And the singer faces federal charges in Illinois and New York, and he's got some state charges against him in Minnesota. His next court date is set for April 16th for the first victim that they selected today. At the Live Desk, I'm Carolyn Ryan.
Carolyn, thank you. Terry Jones, a member of the Monty Python troupe that revolutionized British comedy, has died. Jones died last night at home in London after a very long battle with a rare form of dementia. This is all according to his family. Jones was also an accomplished writer and director, but had a great passion for enthusiasm for comedy. Terry Jones was 77 years old. United Nations investigators say Amazon founder Jeff Bezos was reportedly hacked by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia himself. The hack happened just 5 months before the 2018 murder of Washington Post columnist and Saudi dissident Jamal Khashoggi. Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post. Andrew Miller of the Washington-based think tank Project on Middle East Democracy believes the Washington Post's aggressive reporting on Khashoggi's murder put a target on Bezos' back. And take a look at this. Harvey Weinstein's rape trial. It is now underway in New York, and prosecutors are painting him as a sexual predator who used his movie magnate stature to abuse women. More than 80 women have accused Weinstein of misconduct, but this trial refers to only 2 of those accusers. Weinstein's attorneys say all of his sexual encounters were consensual.
Explosive claims are rocking the music world just days before the Grammy Awards, and some of the allegations are pointed at a well-known Atlanta attorney. CBS 46's Adam Harding is breaking down the very latest.
Hi everyone, I'm Deborah Dugan, President.
This was Deborah Dugan only a few weeks ago announcing the nominees for this year's Grammy Awards.
It's my first Grammy.
Today, she is at the center of explosive allegations, claims outlined in this complaint with the EEOC obtained by Deadline. In it, Dugan describes the academy as having a boys' club mentality, a voting process ripe with corruption, and she says she was sexually harassed one night by the academy's general counsel, Joel Katz, a local power attorney. In a statement to Deadline, his attorney says Mr. Katz categorically and emphatically denies her version of that evening. I've left a message at his office for further comment. The Academy, in its own statement obtained by CBS, said Dugan's claims come only after a female employee alleged Miss Dugan had created a toxic and intolerable work environment and engaged in abusive and bullying conduct. They say they immediately launched an investigation into her allegations and her alleged misconduct, and that she was placed on administrative leave only after offering to step down and demanding $22 million. Dugan's lawyers refuted that claim, saying it was the Academy that offered Dugan millions to drop the allegations and leave.
It seems pretty clear that the relationship between Deborah Dugan and the Recording Academy is fraying right now, and there's no putting it back together in an easy way.
These bombshell allegations come just days before the 62nd annual show this Sunday. The Academy says its loyalty belongs to its members, and it regrets that music's biggest night is being stolen from them by Miss Dugan's actions. They say they're working to resolve the matter as quickly as possible. I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News.
It's important to note what Adam outlined are just some of the explosive allegations made in the complaint. Again, we have reached out to Mr. Katz's office here locally. We will follow up if we learn anything new.
We still have a lot more coming up on CBS 46 News at 5.
The popularity of electric vehicles is accelerating. I'm Michelle Medina with why the vast majority of electric car owners are happy they bought one.
Well, automakers are offering more electric vehicles, but many people are hesitant to buy them.
Well, Michelle Medina spoke to electric car owners to see if they would purchase another one.
Susan Etheridge was on the fence about buying an electric vehicle, but after having her Chevy Bolt for a year,
I love it. I love it. I won't go back to a gas car.
No way.
No, not at all.
She's not alone. A new survey from AAA finds 96% of electric vehicle owners would buy or lease one again.
People are feeling more comfortable about this technology, about these vehicles.
Doug Shute from AAA says most people don't buy an electric vehicle or EV because they worry about where they'll charge it. But there are now thousands of charging stations across the country and plenty of apps and websites showing their locations.
We found that 95% of electric vehicle owners say they never ran out of a charge while they owned their electric vehicle.
So this shows the battery itself?
Most EV owners charge at home, but Susan rents an apartment and relies on paid charging stations. She says that costs her about $70 a month compared to the $180 she used to spend on gas.
And you can see like the acceleration in this car is just so smooth.
The big downside, the price tag for electric cars is often around 80% more than a gas-powered equivalent.
And we know that electric vehicles tend to depreciate more than their gas-powered counterparts. So the cost factor of an electric vehicle is slightly more, about $600 more per year.
I don't have to worry about fluctuating gas prices. There's really no maintenance.
Etheridge believes those savings, along with driving a vehicle that's environmentally friendly, make it worth it. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Up next, panic for one mother.
Her two small children become stuck on a frozen lake with cracking ice all around them, and their rescue is caught on camera.
And the cold has more than snow falling from the sky. Some big lizards, they're falling as well. We'll have details coming up.
And take a look at our next system developing in the Midwest. It will move in through the end of the week. I'll pinpoint the timing of when rain moves into your area. Coming up just after the break.
This right here is a scary sight for any parent. A 4- and 2-year-old brother and sister were sledding down their usual hill, but this time they slid into the middle of a small lake. This is body camera video from the rescue crew with ice cracking all around them. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. The rescuers had to slide on their bellies to reach the children. They were on the ice for about 20 minutes. In the end, no one was injured, and there was a real happy reunion with mom and dad.
So scary. Well, yesterday, Ella was talking about this, that it was happening in Florida. Here's the proof. With lower than usual temperatures, iguanas are falling from trees in the Sunshine State. If you've lived in Florida any time in the winter, you know it kind of happens there. When temperatures dip below 50 degrees, South Florida's iguana population, they go into shock, sending many of them plummeting to the ground. Even though the cold, stunned creatures look like they're dead, they're still very much alive. Just kind of in a comatose state, wouldn't you say? Just a little bit, Ella? They're just
now, CBS 46 Pinpoint Weather, certified Atlanta's most accurate forecast.
I feel like same, you know? I feel like that's how we all were all week, right? Just not wanting to move. It has been so cold, but we're on the way to warmer temperatures. Sun is setting now. Look at this sunset. Isn't it gorgeous? These altocumulus clouds that look like scales in the sky, they're actually an indicator of rain in the next 24 to 36 hours, and that's what we're going to see. They're also going to keep things warmer tonight. Clouds act like a blanket at night. They trap heat in the low levels of the atmosphere, so temperatures are up about 10 to 15 degrees from yesterday at this time. That will carry into the evening and into the night. Your hour-by-hour forecast shows temperatures dipping into the 30s by 8 p.m. mid-30s by midnight, but that's about 15 degrees warmer. A lot of areas were in the 20s after sunset last night, and that's where we'll be tomorrow morning. Low to mid-30s. You will need the winter coat when you head out the door, and you might need the umbrella too, depending on where you live. The increasing clouds, it's a precursor to our next system, which is bringing ice and snow above the Mason-Dixon line. We are only going to see rain here, which will move in through tomorrow afternoon across West Georgia. So let's put it in motion for you. By tomorrow at noon, you can see some light showers really from areas like Paulding County over to the Alabama border. South Fulton County over to the Alabama border. I think the majority of metro will remain dry through the day today. An isolated shower is possible, but really it's just this western tier that's going to see a high chance for rain tomorrow. So your hour by hour tomorrow. Cloudy skies will be the story through the day. That will hold temperatures in the 40s through the majority of the day. We'll top out in the upper 40s, so it will be a chilly afternoon. The real rain will arrive after sunset tomorrow. Take a look. By midnight, widespread showers, and that will continue through your Friday morning. It is going to be a messy morning commute on Friday. I would go ahead and plan on giving yourself extra time on the roadways with washout conditions likely. The good news is by Friday evening, all the rain has moved out and it will stay out of our area through the weekend. So Friday, mid-50s, a little bit warmer than tomorrow. Back down to around 50 degrees this weekend. It will be a chilly weekend, but at least we won't see any rain, right? And as we head into next week, I bet you'll like hearing this. The entire country is going to be on kind of a late January thaw, if you will. After the very cold weather this week, we're expecting above average temperatures across pretty much the entire United States. What does that mean for us here? Well, upper 50s arrive next Tuesday, and we hang on to 50 degrees really for the first week of February. It's not looking too bad. So this cold spurt that we had the past couple of days, I don't think that we're going to see much of that here in the coming weeks. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Look at those morning lows, guys. After tonight, we won't see many mornings below freezing over the next week. Barmel?
Folks, the theme for today has been jam-packed roadways. Check this out. We're looking at our pinpoint traffic cam right here on our connector just at 17th Street. And just up the way, there was an accident spot. I want to take you to the map so you have a better idea of exactly where I'm talking about. This happening right here on the connector going southbound near 17th Street in Fulton County. And people are driving in their teens. 2 cars involved in that crash, and it's creating even more delays and buildup. Overall, folks, the reality of the situation is you're not going to see much relief until you pass I-20, and this is what your trip time is going to be looking like, going south 24 and going north 9 minutes. That's a look at your traffic.
Keep our mail tonight on CBS 46 News at 9 on Peachtree TV. One-on-one with 8-time Grammy-nominated superstar Lizzo. The rapper, singer, songwriter, and classically trained flutist tells us about her rapid ride to fame. Tonight on Peachtree TV, you can watch The Blackish at 8 and join us for CBS 46 News at 9.
Well, what would you do if you came across thousands of dollars on the street and no one else was around?
One man was put to the test and his actions are caught on video.
And Planters decides to kill off Mr. Peanut? Why in the world would they do that? The details are just ahead.
Hey, Mr. Peanut, no, you don't. Don't do it, Mr. Peanut. No! Maybe he'll be all right. Maybe not.
Rest in peace, Mr. Peanut. Planters has killed off its 104-year-old spokes nut in a Super Bowl pregame spot. Now, in the commercial, it features Mr. Peanut, Matt Walsh, and Wesley Snipes taking a road trip in the Nutmobile when an animal on the road causes the group to swerve.
Now at 5:30, a puppy proposal. One county wants to ban pet store puppies. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Tracy Hutchins. Well, we're talking about Cobb County, and leaders there are considering stopping the sale of dogs and cats at those local pet stores. Molly McCullum is live in Kennesaw with more on this story. Molly?
Sean, Tracy, we're talking about a county-wide ban here, and this is all in an effort to help slam the doors on inhumane and cruel puppy mills.
Sad. See, we've been coming since she was about 2, I would say, and she's
Shelly
5,
Weeks and
so
her daughter
3
visit the
years.
Kennesaw Petland twice a month. She said she understands the proposal, but they would miss visiting with the puppies.
It would make us sad. I mean, I guess if it's better for the animals, but I mean, we would be kind of sad.
The ban was proposed over concerns of puppy mills that prioritize profits over a pet's well-being. County spokesman Ross Cavett told me he believes the Kennesaw Petland would be the only store affected by the proposed ban.
I'm gonna have to ask you guys to step outside.
Sure. We went to Kennesaw Petland today, but were asked to leave. I reached out to Petland, and here's what their representative James Balley had to say. Over the past 2 decades, Petland has worked with the Georgia Department of Agriculture and our local partners to ensure Petland not only meets but exceeds the standards of care and rules required by Georgia law. The Kennesaw Petland has been under fire in past years, including lawsuits for allegedly selling sick animals. Last year, the cities of Atlanta and Canton both passed nearly identical ordinances. However, those were preemptive measures because there were no pet stores that sold cats and dogs. If the ban is approved, pet stores will have 90 days to stop selling dogs or cats, or they will be subject to a $1,000 fine for each animal sold. And just to be clear, the ban does not include shelters or rescue groups that do adoptions within local pet stores. Supporters actually say that this ban would benefit shelters. I reached out to the Cobb County commissioners and did not hear back, but they actually have a public hearing that's next Tuesday, January 28th at 7 p.m. In Cobb County, Molly McCullum, CBS 46 News.